Taylor is 21 years old.
What's up, man?
He just bought this amazing new home. He travels full-time with the band Paramore and needs help.
The problem is that it looks like no one really even lives here. I've really needed help finding out what I do like. Yes, I love that.
Brad and I are going to Susan and Keith's today to take a look at the living room. They want us to come up with a design that will make their art stand out.
To me, it's too formal. I don't sit in here. I never come in here.
I cannot wait for Taylor to see this space.
This is awesome.
Pearson Company is my dream. I get to live it every day, along with my talented team of designers.
You never know what's going to come in the door or who you're going to work with.
What I love doing is being that person that can walk in and say, absolutely, I get your dream, and we can make it happen.
I'm the new kid on the block, and I'm looking forward to blowing people's minds.
I've never been in a place that was as creative as this environment is.
I'm taking Katie to see Taylor York, someone I worked with in the past. He's just bought a new house, but needs some help turning it into his home.
Hey, how's it going? Hey there, I'm Taylor.
I'm Kat.
Good to
Nice
meet
to
you.
meet
What's
you.
up, man? Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Well, welcome. It's good. Great. It's a beautiful day. Just hanging. Well, let me show you the problem.
Okay, the problem.
Right this way.
I actually met Taylor through his mom, Michelle. She shops at Pearson Company and said, my son Taylor is 21 years old. He just bought this amazing new home. He travels full-time with the band Paramore and needs help, and we think that you might be the right fit for him. Paramore is a successful rock band whose members live here in Nashville. They've had some huge hits, toured all over the world, and therefore Taylor's had really no time to put his house together. So tell me what you're thinking.
I think that the problem is that it looks like no one really even lives here. There's nothing on the shelves. There's nothing on the table. There's nothing here, so it kind of looks staged. So I just need help filling it and
Sure.
Making it Taylor.
yeah,
He's
exactly.
already got great pieces.
Yeah, I love your sofas.
Thank you. Yeah, I really love these pieces. These are things that I saw that I did love, but I don't know how to make them all work together and tie it all in. So
Well, we can
I need
help with that, right?
Home is very important to me. I don't get to be here a lot, so when I come home, it's very important that it's comfortable. I've really needed help finding out what I do like and what my vision is and how to express myself. So that's where I needed help.
So I say we can take care of bookshelves easy.
Okay.
They'll look great.
Okay.
You trust me?
Yes.
You sure?
I don't. Yes.
Any other?
What about, I mean, sorry for jumping in, but
it's good.
what do you want to do on the mantle maybe?
Well, I am big into art. I normally like abstract.
Okay.
Do you want TV anywhere?
No, not in this room. I want this room to be really conversational and not focus on media. I would love to, I have an idea to put a vinyl player in here. And so I've got a little vision of, you know, these like pedestals and a little piece that everything can sit on. So.
All right. One other thing I'd really like to do is to bring some color on the sofas. I need something to brighten them up. So I have an idea for you I want to bring over. A lot of people shy away from using bold colors on their furniture for good reason. They get tired of it. Another great way to add color in the room is with pillows. If you've gone too bold or get tired of the color, they're easy and inexpensive to change. It's almost got like an Aztec feel to it.
Yes, I love that.
But I like the different tones of red, and it will really tie in your carpet.
Yeah, pull the rug in.
The rug's great, so I want to make it work, and I think this will carry that up there and give us some life on those sofas.
Okay, yeah, I don't think I ever would have probably chosen that on my own, but I'm really excited to see what that's gonna do.
Because Taylor already had a rug, Ben and I decided we were going to work with some of the red tones for his accent pillows. That way it kind of brings a little bit of pop to the room.
Okay, so Taylor, this is what I was thinking for the lighting.
Oh, awesome.
Voila. Round drum shade. It's kind of the same tone as your sofa.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I like that it's warm.
It's nearly 31 inches in diameter, so it'll stand up against this 54-inch coffee table.
Right.
I think there's some other things we can bring in. I won't bore you with them, though. I know sometimes you get overwhelmed.
Thank you. I'm 21, so my favorite things normally don't consist of going to interior stores and looking at lights, and I can only take so much of that, so it's awesome to have help, and I love the direction they're going in, so I hope I like it.
Two of our favorite clients, Susan and Keith, love art. they've asked us to come take a look at their living and dining room. They also want us to look at some of their existing furniture and accessories to see how it will fit in the room with their art.
Hello.
How are you?
So good.
You good?
Welcome.
So good to see you, Brad.
My first thoughts walking in were, wow, we've got to pull all of this together and make it all work and be cohesive. And so we've got a challenge in that, but we've got such a great palette to work with. I think it's going to be fun.
I love the room.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, and you need us for what?
To me, it's too formal. I don't sit in here. I never come in here.
Yeah.
And probably get rid of the existing furniture in here. But I think because we were interested in bringing a large painting in.
Okay.
So
what are you thinking?
we want to put it here. We have so few walls in the house.
Okay.
We immediately thought that we wanted it here.
Okay.
I grew up in a family of artists, and so it's a part of me that I guess I've never not lived with art, and I really wanted the art to be the influence of the furniture. And the reason that we called Jonathan was because we realized that what we had here was just a combination of a lot of years and a lot of different places where we had lived, and it just didn't make sense.
I love this piece, staying in the room, and I love this whole gray thing that you're wearing and I'm wearing. And so I think we may want to play, all but you, but anyhow, we may want to play this gray thing into the whole idea in here.
Sure.
Susan and Keith's style is clean and minimal. So working with neutral gray is the perfect palette to build this room around.
So let's talk about the dining room, because is one big open space.
Right.
So whatever's happening here, we have to have basically a balance of powers, an idea. Over here, I love the table. I feel like these chairs, the profile of them are small. This is where we get to take something that is antique and is something that you care about, and then maybe add a more metropolitan chair.
Yeah, I love
of
that
some
idea.
sort.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Which I love, because it's like taking old and putting something new.
Again, we want to balance the room out.
Right.
And I want to get you more seating in here. I'd like to see us get 5 or 6 chairs. It's nicer to walk in and not feel so predictable. I want the light fixture to be a part of the architecture of the room.
Yeah. Right.
I want it to feel special, but not take over.
And I want it to not be anything that 5 years from now I'm going to say, why did I do that?
Right.
I want it to be
I agree.
timeless.
I agree. Trying to figure them out. I'm still a little bit adjusting to the way they like things. But I think the next meeting will give me a bit more insight into who really they are and their focus and the concept in which they want the room to be.
To get a better sense of direction for the color palette and style in Susan and Keith's living room, I'm meeting them at her gallery to see a great piece of art that will be the focal point of the room.
I've been really eyeing this piece, and we've been talking about it, and I think we'd love to bring this particular piece to the house and buy it.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. So when we were talking about this, we were talking about possibly having you work with this piece of art and create a room around this.
The challenge now is to pick furniture and fabric that is stylish and contemporary, that doesn't detract from the beautiful art in the room.
Today, Jonathan and I are at Susan and Keith's to show them some options for their dining room. They have a great piece of artwork that they really want to be the focal point of the room, and so our plan is to design the room to complement it.
So this would become layering the room where you have the little light and dark charcoal sofa. We do pillows out of this. And then I thought, again, we're always trying to add layering and texture, a couple more chairs.
Yeah,
this is
I
great.
love this.
So do I.
See, we tend to go to the kind of monochromatic, textural things instead of pattern things, because all of our patterns
Are in your
are
art.
in our art. So we never think in terms of, I don't think in terms of patterns.
Right.
So,
But at the same time, look at how the color tones of this are still very calm and soothing, and they'll blend in as a part of the overall look without being bold pieces. is.
Right.
Since the artwork in the living room is so full of rich colors and patterns, we really decided to go with a palette of neutral earth tones for the furniture in the living space. And so it'll stay understated and it won't draw your attention away from their great artwork.
Again, art, focus, everything else kind of supports it. But I want the fabric to be interesting.
Yeah.
You know, plus we're working against this blonde wood on the
Yes.
floor, okay? Which has brought me to my next dilemma and why I bring rugs to the room.
The blonde wood floor is such a dominant feature in this space. I feel we need to put a large area rug to anchor the color palette in the room. The old rug is too busy. We need a more modern, simplistic rug that goes with the grays that we are using on the furniture.
It's kind of between these. They're totally different feels, but they're
love
both.
this lighter. I like the way this this works with the blonde wood. It's not such a contrast. It's kind of bringing it into the room. It's making the wood really belong.
The play of the silk and the wool is really beautiful on the big scale on this one.
Again, it's not matched. It's a contrast,
Yeah.
but it's in the family.
complementary.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
And then now, Brad and I really want to talk. I want to show you. This is the perfect. Okay. This is where we put everything. You know, one thing when you're doing woods on different kinds of furniture, case good pieces, you know, I want to blend. I don't want everything getting real matchy. You know, sometimes you go into and every wood
like
is the
matching.
same, and that can be beautiful.
Right.
But in the case of your room, and as eclectic as you both are, I think we got to keep the woods
Complementary, but that's
complementary.
it.
And
And what color on this?
There you go.
Yeah, perfect.
You know, there's a lot of people that are afraid to use multiple wood tones in a space, but mixing wood tones really adds some interest and depth, especially in a big open space like Susan and Keith have. You know, they travel, they like an eclectic look, and so by pulling in those multiple wood tones, we really give them that feel for the room. And we've got these high back dining chairs.
They're 48 inches tall.
See, they look so comfortable. I just want to sit there all night long with our friends drinking wine and these things here.
And they're dramatic. Well, the last thing we have is light fixtures. 30.
Kind of running the gamut here
You know,
in different ways.
Oh, is this? Are these mirrors?
Those are mirrors.
That's fun.
My thoughts on this one, the thing I love the way it looks. What I'm worried about though is because of its size. I'm worried that it will block the visual view of the art
Okay.
because we have a painting here and a painting against that wall.
It'll be high, but you kind of, you know, the part of having a chandelier in a dining room is that I like it to be, you know, 64, you know, 65, maybe 80 at the most off the floor. You know, this even feels a little high to me. You know, I'd like it to come down a little bit
more intimate in the space.
Which comes back to this one that you were initially going towards. The reason why is because it's linear.
Yeah.
It's clean. It does its job. It will light. The mirrors won't take away from the art, and you can see through it.
I was about to say, for your function, that may be the better way to go. You know, when you're choosing a chandelier for a space, there's more to consider than just how attractive it is. You have to look at how it's going to function. You know, is it going to block an important view? Is it going to put off enough light to cover the space that you need? And are there any other sources of light in the room? And you know, one last rule of thumb is always make sure that you hang the chandelier at least 30 inches above the table.
What do you think?
If I was just going on looks alone, I would probably stay away from this glass and go for one of these two.
Which is fine.
But when I think about function,
Right.
I'm a little worried about those two. I would probably go with something lighter like this. But I'd want to give it a little bit of thought.
So now we can go into some more ideas like this.
Katie and I are putting the final touches on Taylor York's living room. I think a lot of times when people do bookshelves, everything's standing straight up.
Right.
But it's nice to lay them down and then use them as a base.
Bookends, too.
This is one of his old pieces, so
Yeah.
I thought about putting that up here.
good.
I did this just really simple up top. And what do you think if we mimic it on the other side?
I like that. Well, and for somebody my height, I can't reach it anyway. So I like that it's just,
You don't want to reach those.
I don't want to reach the top shelf. There's plenty of other shelves.
And then I think I found more in his garage.
Oh, okay.
I think we'll have enough just to fill the whole space. That art book's there, then let's do something equally important up here.
Sure.
And I might mimic the same thing happening with its glass, which is another beautiful piece on the crystal. When accessorizing bookshelves, it's really important to arrange the books and accessories in a way that's balanced yet asymmetrical. In Taylor's room, to achieve this, I actually used pottery on both top shelves. This tied the two spaces together without being too matchy. Not quite so typical. I want to put the bigger one on top.
Yeah.
He's got so many big things going with the bookcases. Instead of hanging them probably eye level, I want to drop them down a bit.
Nice.
Just to give the room some dimension. So
Sure.
in a lot of new home constructions, they do this, you know, like black granite. So I thought that these, being old and wood, would break that up a bit and just tie the fireplace to the rest of the room.
Exactly. Well, and it makes it a little bit lighter too.
Is this everything you thought of?
Well, I mean, it's the perfect piece of casual with the combination of elegance. That's why I like it so much.
I do too. Our purpose was to make this a home for Taylor, a place of rest, and I think we achieved that from the pillows to the art, you know, the lighting, the accessories. I think it really came together nicely. All right.
Let's see what he thinks. I cannot wait for Taylor to see the space. The reaction's going to be the true test. Ben and I are putting the finishing touches on Taylor York's living room. We have really warmed it up and given it a lot of personality by putting accessories in there, and we actually found some of his own items in his garage. So I feel like it's got a lot more personality, and it's really kind of made it a home, and I hope he feels that way too.
Okay, Taylor.
Yes! Yes! Woo! This is awesome! This is awesome!
That's so funny.
Look at this! Oh my gosh, I love this!
I'm sorry, I'm like, normally I'm so talkative, and I'm just so excited that you're excited.
Just did a flip.
Wow, this is killer!
Taylor's reaction was epic, I think, is the only word to use.
I don't know what you use this for, but I like it. It looks good. Oh, that looks killer. That looks even way better than I thought it would. It feels really warm. The pillows are ridiculous. They look incredible. You guys killed it.
Oh, that's so
You guys
sweet.
killed it. There's so much to look at.
When Ben and I first started this project, it looked like nobody lived here. I mean, it was just furniture in a room. But by adding some of Taylor's own accessories, lighting, art on the wall, and some color in the pillows, I feel like we've made it a space that Taylor's really going to want to come home to.
Come on. What's up?
What up?
What's up? Love it. Love it. I said I trusted him, but I don't know if I really did, but he killed it. It looks incredible. I am so, so, so pleased, so thankful, and so excited to come home to this.
Today, Brad and I are at Susan and Keith's house. It's our big install day. And it looks like it's me and you, kid. You ready?
All right, let's do it.
So I found this because I felt like it might anchor the painting.
You don't have to be a collector of original art in order to integrate art into your interior design. You know, there are affordable prints and reproductions that add a great touch to a room's decor. And you can even check out antique malls and estate sales to find some original work that's less expensive.
I like this too. It's cleaner. I like the fabric. I like that it has a bit of a stripe to it, but it's just in how they've created the fabric with the ridges. Beautiful. And I think we've got this about done.
Yeah, it's really looking great.
The two of us did it.
I know.
Go.
Good job.
You know, I think this room, there's a blending in here of the modern and the organic. I cannot wait for Susan and Keith to come in and see it and hopefully have the same reaction as us. Everything is done now in Susan and Keith's room. Before, what we were looking at was a mix of colors and patterns that really drew your attention away from their great artwork. And so the mission was to clean up the space and really make the focal point that artwork, and I think we nailed it.
Wow. Look at this.
I think.
Fantastic.
The dining room impressed me immediately because I saw the art initially. And then your eye settles in on all the surrounding supportive furniture. And the light fixture, being glass and subtle, enables you to see the art no matter where you are in the dining room.
This is not the same dining room.
What do you
This
think?
is
You like
not
the chairs? Love them.
Oh, they're so sexy.
Yes, they are. And
Yeah,
grand.
big.
And the scale. Beautiful color.
This is where we can drink massive amounts of wine and never want to leave the table.
Never leave.
Exactly.
You know, this room it's open and it's large, and so we wanted to change the scale of the dining chairs to make them larger and make them feel like they really belong in the space. At the same time, we wanted to keep the fabrics understated, matching the walls, and keeping your focus on their great artwork.
This is such a big change, and it is just so much more inviting and intimate than it used to be. It's fabulous. The tones, the gray tones, work beautifully with the art. The bench that you put underneath the Claire Kotz piece is perfect. It frames it beautifully, and they both work with each other perfectly.
I love the yellow in the dining room.
Yeah.
I love the play of the yellow.
And it has a flow, so now these two rooms don't feel like two rooms. It feels like
That's what I noticed immediately, is that there's this integration now in the room, and I could imagine that if we had guests dining, they would just naturally flow into this room after eating and relax.
You know, before, the wood chairs that Susan and Keith had in their dining room really made that area feel separate from the rest of the living room. And so we brought in fabrics and textures that just unify it all, make it feel like it flows well together. And then we threw in a little pop of yellow in there to bring the artwork in and really make the whole space work.
though there is a lot going on here, there are a lot of elements, it still has a simplistic feel, which is my request is I want it simple, I want it kind of organic and warm, but not kind of too much going on, because that's the way I just like to live.
There's a natural, modern elegance in here, which is
Good words.
which is what we want.
I'm so thrilled that they loved it. I love that they pointed out little details in the room that we would want them to see, and they noticed them, and how well they complement their great pieces of artwork.
So we started with this.
It looks like him.
Tonight was fun. It was great to meet Paul here with Nashville Arts Magazine. He's editor and the owner, and to get to meet their friends and hear how the art really did do its job to really seal the deal.